So next thing class that you have to start, suppose let's say next thing is your generators. Okay, what are generators class? Generators are basically, generator is a function. Okay, it is basically a function which is actually defined like a normal function only, but whenever it needs to generate a value, it will do so with the help of a yield keyword instead of return statement. So let's understand class what is the meaning of this. Suppose class, let's say I'm creating a function, let's say def func. Okay, randomly I'm just creating a function as of now. Okay, def add def func, and then let's say there is no parameter as of now, and then I will write here for I in range of, let's say 10 or 5. Okay, for I in range 5, here I will write here plus print, or let's say I will create a list, L is equal to empty list, and then I will write here L dot append I. Okay, and then at the end I will write here return L. So here plus what will happen in this case? Even if I'm writing something after the return statement, so what will return statement do? It will terminate the function then and there. To terminate the function then and there. That means whatever is written, whatever is mentioned after the return statement will not get executed no matter what. Okay, if I call this function plus func, okay, so you can see it is giving us the list, yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Okay, but it is not giving us, it is not printing hello on the screen. That is what happens in case of return statement. Okay, but plus there is something called as yield. Okay, there is something called as yield statement. Okay, what it does, what I will do now, I'll take the same code and I will write it here. Okay. And then here I will write, for example, let me show you this one. And then I will write here plus yield L. Okay, and I'm just removing print hello from here and putting yield L here. Okay, yield L you can do, maybe yield L, or you can do yield I also. Instead of appending class, we will do yield I. Okay, we will call this function. So you can see it is saying generator object at function this. What happens in case when you write a yield statement? As soon as you write a yield statement inside a function definition, that particular function, okay, will becomes a function is called a generator function, as if there is yield present inside it. Okay, if there is a yield, then it will automatically become a generator function. What is the meaning of class yield? Okay, return statement, what it does class? Return statement is returning all the values. It is terminating the function, plus it is returning all the values at once. Here it was returning the entire L in one go, right? It was returning the entire L in one go, entire list. But here class, in case of generator function, what we do, okay, this is generator function, and here you will write for x in func, okay, and whatever value is being yielded, okay, will get printed like this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what this code is doing, okay, see here in this case, your return statement was returning all the values in single run. It is giving us the entire list, right? One time. But yield statement, what it does, let me show you the sequence once. Okay. The code will start from here. It will call the func. It will go here. Okay. It will yield I. Okay. So I will become 0 in the starting. It will yield I. And whatever value is yielded will be printed. Will be stored inside the x variable and will be printed. And then it will again go back to the for loop. It will again yield. It will again print. It will again go back. It will again yield. It will again print. It will again go back. it will again yield, and it will again print. So here you can see class, it is doing this task again and again, again and again. So it is yield statement will not terminate the function. Try to understand this. Yield statement is not terminating the function. Rather, what it is doing? It is yielding some value. It is kind of a continuous loop. Yes, it will yield some value from the function definition one by one. Okay, serious definition class once, all of you. Okay, if the body of a def contains yield, the function automatically becomes a generator function. A generator has okay, see. But unlike normal functions, this should be unlike normal functions, which return a whole array in single, which return a whole array uh, in one time. A generator function yields one value at a time, which requires less memory. So that is the major benefit of using a yield statement class as compared to your return statement. Let me show you a code. I think that you will understand better in that. Okay. I will write here for def I'm just randomly creating a function, and then here I will write yield 1, then yield 2, yield 1, and then I will write here print let's say 1, 1 got printed. Okay. Or wait, print printing 1, and then yield 1. Then what will happen? Print 2 class, and then I will write yield 2, then print 3, printing 3, then yield 3. Okay, now let me show you class. I will call this function. How? Okay, we have to call a function using a loop only. Okay, using a loop or an iterator. There's two ways you can call a generator function. Okay, so for I in func, okay, and then I will write here print. Now let me explain the sequence how this code will run. See, first the code control will come here. For loop, call the func. It will come here. Printing 1. So you can see it is printing 1. Okay, then it will yield 1. So it will yield 1. This value will come here and it will print I. See, 1 is getting printed. Then it will go back. Go back where? It will go back where, class? It will go back where? What do you think? It will return to the statement. It will return to that part of the function where it left off earlier. Okay, let me show you also. See. Yes, yes. A yield statement plus a yield statement suspends function's execution and sends a value back to the caller from where the function was called, right? And then, but retains enough state to enable function to resume where it left off. जहाँ पे वो छोड़ के गया था, it will return back there only, where it left off. Okay, so here you can see class in our code also, it will return to which line? It will resume from which line, class? Line number 4. Okay, because earlier earlier it left the function at line number 3, so it will continue from line number 4 now. Line number 4 printing 2c, then it will yield 2, whatever value got yielded will be printed, so it will come here Okay, then it will again go back. It will again go back to which line? It will again go back to which line, class? Line number 6. Okay, where it left off, printing 3 and then yield 3 and then it will come back. Okay, where now because there is nothing else present in the function definition, so that is why it will like exit. Generator should always be called in for loop only. Not necessarily in for loop, Amit. Okay, you can call them using iterators. Okay, you can call them using iter function also. I will show you that also. All of you understood class this example or not? Okay. Now I will explain. Don't worry. I will give you more examples. Okay. So here, class. See, when resumed, the function will continue its execution immediately after the last children. Okay, where it left off basically. Okay, this allows the code to produce a series of values over time rather than computing all of them at once and sending them back like a list. Okay, that is the benefit of generator functions. Generator function class are majorly used. The major benefit of generator function is to save memory. I will explain, don't worry, I will give more function, for example. Okay, they are used for saving memory. Okay. One more way how you can call a function. Okay, this is a function definition. What I can do, I can write here class a is equal to iter of func. So I'm creating an iterator object. Okay, and then I will write here class next of a. So you can see, next of a ने क्या करा? What it did? It basically went here. It called the function, printing 1, and whatever value was yielded got printed here. Okay. Then again, like let's say I want to yield some other value later on. Okay. I want to do some other part of the function. There is a single function class, there is a single function definition, and I want to go to that function definition again and again. Same function definition. Okay. Basically, what happens in class, I told you, in case of return statement, it will create a separate namespace just for the function call. It will create a separate namespace just for the function call. But in case of yield statement, okay, it will create one function definition, it will create one namespace, okay, and unless and until your entire function is completed, entire function definition it's completed, it will keep on using the same namespace till the very end. It will not destroy the namespace because the function is not getting terminated. Okay, so here class, see if I run this again, next of a, let's say I'm printing. Okay, so see, you can see printing 2 and then yield 2. So this 2 got returned. Okay, and it is printing it. Okay, let me show you another example class of a particular function. I'm creating a function func. Okay, I'll take a parameter here also. I'll write here num is equal to 1, and then while true, infinite loop. Okay, if n equal to num, okay, I will yield the num value. K1 return कर देगा. Okay, then I will write here if n equal to num. Okay, then return. That means break the loop. Okay, that means break the loop, and here it will be num plus equal to, that's the entire. Okay, now what we'll do class? Let me show you another code before this. Suppose class, let's say I'm taking an input value n is equal to int input enter n. The question is, write a program to print the square of n natural numbers. Okay, we have to take n from the user. I've taken n from the user. So what I will do, I will create a function, I will create a range normally directly for I in range of n, whatever the user is. Then print I ka square. All of you got this code or not class? All of you got this code or not? Right, simple, straightforward. But here class, notice one thing. When I'm writing range n in my code, when I'm writing range n in my code, okay, so what is happening class? R is equal to range n. So this particular range function will do what? Will create a sequence of integers, right? Now the problem with this is, suppose n is 100. So let's say 1 lakh. Let's say if n is 1 lakh. So what will happen? It will create a sequence of 1 lakh integers and will use a lot of memory. Are getting this problem class or not, everyone? Is everyone getting this problem or not? Okay. So now the problem is that it will take a lot of memory. So what I will do now, I will use this same thing. Okay, using generator function. Implement the same thing in generator function. How? For I in, obviously I will take input. For I in range of n, for in range name func n print I square 5. See, I am getting the same output in both of n equal to 0. Okay, इसको एक काम करते हैं ना, 1 to n plus 1. It was saying natural numbers, no? So it should go also n plus 1. 5. So see, we're getting the same output class. Tell me, am I using a lot of memory here in this case? Am I using a lot of memory in this case class here? No, no, not at once. Not over time also I'm not using the memory. See, this thing is that here the code will start. See, the code will start from here. It will come here. Constant space complexity, yes. Then it will come here, it will call the function. So num will become one class. Num is currently one. Okay, then it will come here class again. While true, it will yield yum. Okay, hands the output. Then it will go back. Go back where? Here. The condition is false. Since the condition is false, so num will be changed to 2. Num will be changed to 2. Okay, then it will go back here while true. Then it will again yield. Okay, then it will print. Then it will come here. Then here. Then it will go to while true again. Then yield. Then here. Then here. Then here. Then again go back. Then here. Then here. Are you getting this class, everyone, or not? Do one thing, take a minute. Okay, understand how the sequence of the code, how the value is getting yielded one by one. Take a minute, see the entire code. Ranjali, you might have written here n minus 1, no? Make sure it is n equal to n num, and your n value is 5. No, Shashank, we don't have post and pre-increment, no. Pranjal, I hope your doubt got solved now. Which which code previously, Rahil? So if you want to start from range one, we need to use range one comma n plus one. Obviously, right, right. All of you understood the concept of generators or not? Class, is this topic clear? Can we write the even or logic will this yield function? Yes, you can write that also. Even not simple even and odd, you will not know. You cannot do that. No. But suppose if there is a collection, then yes, you can do that. Pranjal, we're printing I ka square, no? So 1 ka square is 1, 2 ka square is 4, 3 ka square is 9. Okay, so let's. Are you done, class? Still here? Done trying this code in the system? how is it able to save memory? Okay, in this case, this range function will take a lot of memory or not, Amit? Suppose जैसे अभी तो चलो right now the n value is 5 only, so that is not a big deal. But suppose let's say the n value is 1 lakh or let's say 10,000. So it will create a sequence of 10,000 integers, no? It will create a list of 10,000 integers now. Are you getting this or not? So in that case, it will take a lot of memory. But here, have I used range function anywhere? Am I creating a collection anywhere in the code? No, no. So since there is no collection, there won't be any like large usage of memory at a time. Right, Sudesh. Everyone clear so far or not? Shall I continue to the next topic? At least respond class. Okay. So iterators and generators we have covered. Next topic, I think we can cover, that is your file handling. Okay. So class we have covered zip, any, all. These are some basic functions. Then we have covered iterators. We have covered generators. Okay. Next class topic is your file handling in Python. Okay. So class file handling basically refers to reading, writing the files present in the system. Now in Python now class, when it comes to file handling, there is a core functionality present. If you talk about the core functionality of Python with regard to file handling, so there is like normally you can like while using core Python, you can only read class your txt file. Okay, you can basically read those files class which can be opened in notepad format, okay, such as csv file, txt file, okay, rtf file. Okay, so all these class you can open using file handling. Okay, core file and the core functionality of Python. Okay, so let's check that class one by one. Now there is one concept, I'm just writing it down, I will cover it separately. There is a concept class in file handling we called as access modes. Okay, basically by what do you mean by access mode? How basically in which mode which mode, using which mode we are accessing the file. Okay, so there are three kinds of access mode class. There is a read mode. Okay, read mode. It has basically two options available. That is R and R plus. I will cover both of them. Then there is your write mode. Write mode. There is W and W plus. Then there is your append mode, A and A plus. Okay. So let us see all of them one by one class. First, I am covering read mode. Okay, read mode will be कौन सा R. So class R mode में first thing, it will open the file for reading only. That's it. Okay. You cannot write in case of read mode. You cannot write. Okay. Second thing, it is the default mode. That means if you don't mention the mode, by default the file will be open in read mode only. Now class, what I am going to do now? I am going to open the file which is present in the same folder currently. So here you can see this our code is present here. What I will do, I will write here F4 is equal to open okay, I'm opening some file, let's say new dot txt. You have to mention the file extension also, new dot txt, okay, and comma R. So here plus here R is basically the access mode. Even if you don't mention R, then also it will by default open in R mode only. Okay, now class here if I run this code, what will be the output? Can anyone tell me? What do you think will be the output if I run this code? Okay, I close the chat. Okay. It will throw error, right? Excellent. It will throw error that because file is not present. File not found error. See. So R mode is necessary that the file should already present in the system. Okay, or the location where you have mentioned. Okay. Now suppose let's say the class, let's say I'm creating the file on desktop. So let's say I'm creating the file on desktop. Okay, new. Let's say the folder. Sorry. Text document, and I'm creating a new document. If you can see class, you can go to the properties. You can see here it is a .txt file format. Now what I will do here, I will take the entire path. If the file is present in some other folder, then you can take the entire path and mention here. F4 is equal to open, mention the entire path, followed by slash, and then followed by new.txt. This is the entire path of new.txt. Okay, if the file is present in some other folder, we have to mention it like this. Okay. Now class, if I run this code, it will throw error normally. Why it is throwing error right now? The problem is, can you see a slash n here, class? And what is the meaning of slash n? New line character, right? So here Python is getting confused. So what is the meaning of slash n here? It should be a path. Okay, so in this kind of cases, now let me show you something. I'm not sure, I don't remember actually if I've shown this earlier or not. Suppose let's say I'm writing hello world. Okay, obviously it will print normally. If I write a class print hello slash n world, then it will print it in a new line. Now there is one more thing, class. One thing that I can do. Suppose I don't want Python to take this as a slash n. I don't want Python to take this as a slash n. So in that case, what I can do is I can put a R in the starting here before the string. So this is now called as a raw string. Raw string, what will happen? It will not take any special character. Every special character will be taken as it is. Okay, so if I calculate class, if I calculate the length of this, what will be the output class? Length of what is the length of this? Anyone? It will be 11 because slash n is also there, no? Hello is 5, world is 5, slasher is 1. Slasher will be taken as a single character. But if I do the same thing using R in the starting, then what will be the output? In this case, it will be 12 because slash and n will be taken as two separate variables. Sorry, two separate characters. Clear? Perfect. Now, the same thing I'm going to use here. What I will do, I don't want it to consider selection, so I'll put it as raw string. So now it will work fine. See, because new.txt is present at the location. See, if you want to open it in the same folder, if the file is present in the same folder, then you can simply mention new.txt. That will work. Okay, if the file is not present in the same folder, so you have to mention the entire path of the file. Clear class so far? Okay, I am saying, write it down. If the file is present in same folder, then just mention the file name. If the file is not in the same folder as the code, then mention the entire path of the file. Okay, that is the case. Okay. Now, class, we have already opened the file. If you want to check which folder you are working on, then in that case, you can write here import OS, and there is a function called as os.get cwd. So get cwd basically gives us returns the path of current working directory, whichever directory we are currently working in. See, so I'm present in this directory currently. Is it clear, class, so far? Now, file we have already read, class. Okay, now if I write here f dot readable, so it will give me true. Okay, because it is readable. But if I write here writable, so it will give me false, because you cannot write here. Ah, yes, you can mention the entire path in that case also. Yes, Vishal. Even if the file is in same folder, you can mention the entire path. That is not a big deal. Okay, f dot readable true, writable false. Now, class, here, right now, as you can see, file is empty. There is nothing inside the file. So there is nothing to read. That means if I write here class f4.read, it will give me nothing because file is empty. So right now what I will do, I will close the file. What will this close function method do? It will close the file from Python memory and deallocate all the related resources. The RAM, ROM, whatever it might be using, it will release all of them. So file is now closed. Now what I will do, class, I will make some changes to the file for now. Okay, let's say Python is a good language. Okay, then it is used in data science. Okay, I have saved the file. I'm saving it. Control plus has saved the file. So I will open this file again in my code. Okay. So file will get opened. Now I will write here class f4.read. So if I so one thing class, there is a concept of file pointer. There is a concept of file pointer. Can you see one thing class here? Can you see this blinking marker here? Can you see this blinking marker? Blinking line जो blink कर रही है. See here. So this is called as class. This particular thing is called as file pointer. This thing is called as file pointer. Now what happens whenever you're working? Whenever you're working on a file pointer, whenever you're working on a file, okay. So here it matters where the file pointer is present. Okay, wherever the file pointer is present, it will start the task of reading or writing there only. अगर यहाँ पे file pointer present है और मैं कुछ लिखूंगा, तो it will write there only. Okay, if the file pointer is present here, and if I try writing, it will write here only, right? So based on the position of the file pointer, it will write. So what we can do is, here also we can see what is the current position of the file pointer. So in case of read mode, the file pointer position will always be in the starting. That is for sure. In case of read mode, R and R plus both of them, file pointer will be present in the starting always. Now what I will do, here I will write here class f4.read. You can see it is reading the entire contents of the file. Okay, see. Python is a good language, then slash n, it is used in data science. Complete data it is reading. Okay, what I will do now, plus now if I write here f4.tell, see, readable and writable will give you true and false based on if the file is readable, it will give you true. If the file is writable, it will give you true. That's all. Readable and writable is just checking whether the file is readable or not, or writable or not. Okay, so here class, if I run this code, it will give us 54. Why? Because here, now since we have read the entire file, so now the file pointer was present here in the starting. Now the file pointer is present here at the end. That is why it is giving us 54. So now class, there is a function available in Python called as seek. Okay, used to, so tell function returns the current position of file pointer. Seek, what it does, it returns, no, it changes the file pointer position based on the index given. जो भी index दोगे, it will change it to that. Okay, so I have to mention suppose 0. So it is now, if I write here f4.tell, now the current file position is, see, 0. Now let me show you one thing. When we are using read, so it is reading the entire contents in a single run. There is one more thing that you can do. You can write here class lines is equal to, or directly for line in f4.read lines. Print line. So if you want to read line by line, you can do this also class C. Python is a good language. It is used in data science. All of you got this thing or not till here? It is considered the next line class, Amit. It is basically in case of read lines, it is dependent on slash n. Okay. Actually, now what happens? Like as Siddesh is saying, okay, see what happens if I write here f.60. So read lines will actually do what? It will give you a list. See. So wherever there is a slash n in the file, okay, so based on that, it will create a list step by step. If the file pointer was at the last position, in that case, as well, read lines will fetch data from the last of file, right? No. No, there is nothing in the last of the file, Shashank. It will give you nothing. See, right now, if I write here f.tell, so right now it is present at the end. See, it will give you nothing. Got this class, everyone? Okay, so let's continue. Read lines we have done. Okay, that is there. That is all class in this case. So I will write just simply f.close now. So I will close the file. Now class, one more thing that I can do is the files that you can open in Notepad. Okay, which file formats can be read using open in Python? See, normal text files and binary files. जैसे .csv file format हो गया. Bin is a binary file. Okay, .txt. See, text files and CSV files, JSON files, Excel files. So whatever file you can open in a text format, okay, you can do that. Excel file, see, Excel file. CSV I can show you. Excel file I'm not very sure, to be very honest. Okay, I have to check once Excel will. Because CSV, my channel will cover CSV, JSON, everything will be covered in the course. CSV basically stands for comma separated values. Okay, it is a type of file. I will cover this class also later on. Don't worry, CSV is a part of your course. Okay. Now, class, one thing I am to show you. See, in this case, na class, it is necessary. Remember, it is necessary to always close the file after doing file operations. Reading and writing also are called as file operations. After doing file operations, so as to save the changes, so as to deallocate the resources, so as to make sure file doesn't corrupt. So अगर तुम उसको नहीं करोगे, it is possible that in some cases the file will get corrupt. So that is why we are closing the file. Now class, there is one more thing available called as with statement. With block, actually with statement block. Basically with statement class ensures the file closes as soon as the control leaves the with block. So let me show you. I will write here with open C as F4. Aliasing, okay, aliasing as F4. Okay, then I will write here, suppose I want to read the file. S is equal to F4 dot read whatever contents were there and then print as. So before this, let me show you. See, it is reading the file completely. Okay, no problem at all. Now, if I write here class print, sorry, F4 dot closed, so it is giving you true. So closed class, it is basically an attribute. It is used to check if the file is closed or not. I can show you something. Suppose I'm writing here A is equal to this. Now, if I write it as a dot closed, it will give me false because right now the file is currently open in Python. But if I write here a dot closed manually, okay, and then I write a dot closed, it will give me true. And here you can see it is directly giving us true. In this case, using the with statement. Why? Because as soon as this is called as the with block, this is called as the with block. This is for ka block hota hai. If ka block hota hai, this is called as with block. So as soon as the control leaves the with block, Python will automatically close the file. Python will ensure that the file closes after this. Okay. Give me a minute, plus. Ranjit, I am coming to that also. Clear class, everyone clear? Vishal, there might be some issue. This usually doesn't happen like this. Okay, also one more thing in the industry, this is like instead of writing the code separately, like say first opening the file and then using all these codes and then closing the file separately. Okay, we don't usually follow that. Okay, in the industry, we usually use the with statement because the code is much more structured. Now, I hope you are getting this. In this case, the code looks much more structured, right? So that is there plus. So class, that was your, like we have covered most of that. Okay, all the operations that we have covered. Okay, now I am going to open this same thing class in read mode. Okay, but R plus. So what happens class? In case of R plus now, this thing is also already there, but apart from, additionally, what it can do, it can do write operation also. Okay, let me show you. Okay, now I am, see, if you don't mention access mode, then by default it will take R. But in case of R plus, we have to mention that explicitly. Okay, R plus. Then you can say it is opening in R plus mode. See, now what I will do, I will write here A dot read, A dot 10, 0. Obviously, A dot read. This thing is here. Now, no, just R plus. No, you have mentioned R plus only, Jagdish. You cannot open a file in two modes at a time. Okay, then I will write here plus A dot write. Okay, suppose I am writing a slash n. It is based on interpreter. Okay. Done. 28 basically means class it is showing us how many characters are there in the content that you have mentioned. Okay. Now I will write here plus A dot 10. A dot seek I will do 0. Now I will write here A dot read. See class. Earlier it was showing Python is a good language and it is using data science. That's it. Now it is giving us it is based on interpreter also because I have written it in the file. Now what I will do, I will just close the file. A dot close. File closed. Now we will manually check the file. Refresh. You can see it is based on interpreter. Got this class everyone or not? Vishal, how much? How up? What if you need to include line as first line? What do you mean by line? Ranjit. अच्छा sorry, no, it is not a default mode. Sorry, मैंने copy paste किया था, that is why. R plus is not a default mode. R is a default mode. हाँ Ranjit, if you change the file pointer position to starting, then you can do that. It depends ki where the seek value is. Where is it, like current position file pointer? Position of file pointer, current position. Okay, seek is basically class used to change the file pointers. यहाँ पर you can see initially the value of a was like file pointer was 0. After reading, the file pointer position changed. Okay, so I am again changing it back to 0. Clear class till here or not? Okay, now read this once class. I'm showing you. Okay. You can ignore this one, RB or RB plus ignore कर सकते हो, but you have to read rest all. Wherever there is B na, you can ignore that because it is in binary format. Rest all read once class. Read R plus that we already covered. W plus. Clear class till here? R plus would satisfy most of the need except creating a file. हाँ, yes, you can say that something. In case of W mode, na class, in case of write mode, what happens? No matter what file is present or not present, it will always create a new file. Okay, that means in case of write mode, you will always get a new file, empty file basically, always. Okay, so let's continue now, class. I'm going to show you the write mode now. Write mode, what happens? W. Okay, it will open a new file always. Open, create. It can be used for writing only. You cannot read in this case. So let's say fw is equal to open. Okay, let's say class, now I'm doing it in the same folder. See, let me show you. Now in the same folder in which my main code is present. Here you can see in the main, I will directly write here. Okay, hello dot txt. Now if I try to open it, you can see fw file not, acha, I will not mention the that. I will write here class w. So you can see a new file got created. All of you saw na class? All of you saw right? Hello was not there initially. It got created in real time. Class clear so far, everyone? Okay. Now if I write here fw dot writable, it will give me true. Fw dot readable give me false. So sometimes as a मान लो suppose I have to read. So I know this is going to throw error. So what we do actually, in order to be on the safer side, we always write it like this. If fw dot readable, if it is giving us a true only, then read. Otherwise it won't read. As simple as that. Right? Else you can write print file not readable. Same thing class we do for when we're writing something. So we'll put if only, then we will write print, sorry, print name fw dot write, and we'll write something. Let's say something. So else print not writable. Okay, so it is not printing not writable, that means it is writable. Now I will close the file fw dot close. So if you actually see the file here, class, refresh. So all of you got till here or not? Because I have not mentioned the entire path, na. Actually, see Vishal, I have not mentioned the entire path here. when I was like opening the file. If you mention the entire path, then it will create the file in that path. अगर मैं यहाँ पर let's suppose if I here see suppose I do the same thing in like this hello.txt. So you can see in the desktop right now there is nothing called as hello.txt. Now if I run this code, see hello.txt was created now in the desktop. If you mention the entire path, then it will create the file or read the file from that path. If you just mention the file name, just like this, then it will open it, it will check in the same folder as your code. So obviously we'll get error, no? Imran, you have mentioned the mode as W mode, and then you're trying to read the file. W plus you have to mention, yes. Next is class write mode में W plus. Now apart from here, it additionally it can read file. But actually now we don't use this. We don't use W plus mode because see, in W plus mode, in write mode, we know that it will always create a new file class. Yes or no? In write mode, it will always create a new file, right? This we know for sure, right? Plus, okay. So exactly because if it is creating a new file, then there is no point of reading, na? If the file is already empty, so what will you read in that case? Okay, so that problem is there in case of your W plus mode. FWP means your W plus. And here you can mention W plus. Okay. So you can see class hello.txt was already there. So something likha hua tha, okay, in the desktop. But now if I open it, it will be empty because it is getting a new file. Now I can do fwp.read. So obviously it will be empty. Fwp.write, I can do hi there. And then close the file. So you can see if I actually check with the desktop. So hello. See, hi there. Clear class everyone? Understood W plus mode also? Okay, now do one thing class. Quickly read the append mode. Quickly read the A mode, A and A plus. But there is a problem in case of a append mode. Okay, no matter what, it will always write in the end. In case of R plus mode, sorry, if you want to write somewhere in the starting of the file, you can do that. You can control the file pointer and you can do it. Okay, but in case of append mode class, no matter where the position of the file pointer is, it will always add, it will always write at the end of the file. That's the problem with your append mode. Okay, so what happens is in real life, actually, what we do, we use a combination of this multiple modes. Okay, so let us quickly see append mode also. Append mode A. It will open the file just for writing. It will always write at the end of the file. The file is open. It will create a file. If the file is there, it will open the existing. Open the file in append mode. So you can see that hello is already there. You can see hello is already there. Hi there is present, right? So if I'm opening it in append mode, then write here a dot write /n /n hour. Hope you are doing, and a dot close. Got this class or not?